Well, welcome back to another season of the Heartland Show on Midwest Whitetail. And man, it feels good to say that. There's nothing like this time of year with Chasing November kicking off and airing these episodes and just really rejuvenating the guys' fire to get back out here and grab the camera and start telling another story for this year. I know there's a lot of good deer showing up for the Heartland team specifically that we're excited to start sharing these stories with you guys and kick things off for another awesome year. As for me, it is Labor Day weekend and I'm here on the home farm. And anymore, the last few years, Labor Day weekend's kind of become my kickoff for the year of getting stuff done. And that absolutely just makes things a sprint. But with my kids' schedule, this is just the best time for me. You know, they're really active in sports, livestock showing, and we're just busy throughout the summer. And it all kind of calms down about this time of year, and I like to use this nice long weekend to get caught up. So today's agenda, we're gonna get some fall plots in. We've got some cereal grain mixes. I'm actually standing in a bean plot that we put in this summer. This is actually a failed bean plot. It was supposed to be a 2-acre plot, so you've seen we have brassicas on the other side, but we were able to get 1 acre of beans in here late. So they're actually doing pretty well. We were able to get the fence on this one in time, but I'm standing in the middle of a wet spot. I'm kind of in the bowl of this plot, which we call this the bowl plot. And just, the runoff and where all the water holds is right here. So it's pretty ideal to come in. And today I'm gonna put some cereal grains and some brassicas into it. It's definitely too late to get, some real big bulbs out of these brassicas, but we'll take the forage and use that to our advantage. So gonna start here. I've got several other little fall plots to do. We're gonna get some cuttybacks out. And if all goes well, we've got a redneck blind, a new hard shell that we're gonna put on a 5-foot stand and put in a new corn plot that I'm excited to show you guys. So I'm gonna quit standing here talking to you guys and we'll get to sprinting. So come along with me.
Well, good evening. 2024 Midwest Whitetail Heartland. It is August 2. The evening is maybe a little after 7 o'clock, and we're gonna try to do a little velvet filming tonight. Sitting over an alfalfa field. That's always really good this time of year. I've seen a big triple beam buck. I haven't got a picture of him in a while. He looks awesome. And then a buck I call Atlas. That's a 4 or 5 year old, real pretty 10-point. So we've had maybe half a dozen bucks so far. Those two are the biggest. Hoping that triple beam comes back out so I can get some better footage. But love this time of year. Beginning of August, starting to find the bucks.
Well, the 2024 season is upon us. Looking forward to another great Midwest Whitetail Heartland series. It's here early September and super excited for the season to kick off here in a month. Wanted to update you on a couple of the bucks that I'm after this year. The first one is a buck that I call Spencer or Spencer Rattler. I had an awesome encounter with him last year in early November. So it was in kind of across from a CRP field, and I've had a buck that we call Gnarly come out, and Gnarly was tending a doe, and probably watched him for 3 hours coming in and out of that kind of a tight bedding area that he had his doe in. Along with that, there was a nice 10 point that must have went in by him and his doe and got kicked off. And so I hit the rattling horns, and he came right into us. Some beautiful footage of him jumping over the fence and coming right almost to the base of the tree. So it was a deer that I wasn't familiar with from years past. I thought he looked like probably a really nice 4-year-old. And so we decided to err on the side of caution and let him go for a year. And I'm glad I did. He's just a really pretty deer. He definitely added to his frame. He's just a beautiful big mainframe 10 point. So he's a deer that's definitely on the list, and one we'll be after. Second deer I'm after is a deer I have 3 years of history with. It's a deer I call Pax. So 2 years ago in early August, I was velvet filming and had a nice bachelor group of bucks, and he was out there, just a pretty mainframe 10 point. And then last year, same thing, early August, I went out and filmed him again. Had 2 really nice encounters in back-to-back evenings. Unfortunately, we didn't catch up to him last year, or maybe fortunately. We had another encounter with him. We had him at about 100 yards, and man, he looked really, really nice. And then Dad went out a week later and filmed him and a buck I call Atlas, who was a tight 10 point. So they came to about 45 yards and made for some really good footage in our corn. So he's a big mainframe 9 with a couple kickers. My goal is to go the first weekend of October, go after him. He's on a piece of the farm that's tough to hunt him early season in the woods, but we can definitely hunt him in a blind over some crop fields. So looking forward to going after Spencer and Pax this season, along with a few others, but those would be the top 2 on the list. So thanks for following along, and looking forward to a great 2024.
Welcome to Midwest Whitetail, the Heartland Show. It's August 19th. I decided to come out and do a little bit of velvet filming tonight. I wanted to also give an update on the progress on the main farm. We've so far this year been up there setting up our cutting link system, and here about a week ago we seeded some of the monster bucks overcast blend out into the beans out in front of one of our stand locations. And as I had said when we were putting out those cameras, we were looking to find back a buck that we called Angry, and I believe we have. But this year he added a split G2 and some kickers off the base, so he's definitely turned into a great buck. He's probably going to be the #1 target on that property. I also had said that, there could be a big surprise. We did have one other really good buck that we had pictures of last year that showed up, but that wasn't what the big surprise ended up being. We ended up getting pictures of a black bear, and as far as we could tell, he spent a good part of 3 weeks living on that part of the farm where we were running our cameras. Luckily, he didn't really mess with the cameras too terribly much, and they're all back in working condition now. But just wanted to kind of drop by and give that little bit of an update. As far as tonight, this bean field that I'm watching is just surrounding this really small little woodlot. It's probably only about 2 acres. We just got permission for this last year, and it's just a really small piece, but we've gotten pictures of a couple really nice 8-pointers in here.
And I'm hoping to get a good look at them in person tonight. I'm hoping that at least one of them steps out and lets me get some video footage of them. This year we were lucky enough to pick up a couple of these little small mini farms that are just kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Just little spots with little creek bottoms and stuff like that. And they don't look like much from a distance, but once you get in there, there's more cover than what you think, and it definitely holds deer. So I'm kind of excited to, check these places out, run cameras, and just kind of see how these could potentially play out in a big way this fall. So we're gonna settle in here and watch this bean field for a little bit and see if one of these 2 bucks show up. Trying to decide if I want to just stay here for the last 10-15 minutes or whether I want to quit, get in my truck and go check another field out that's not too far away. Right there at the last minute, I decided, since those 2 bucks hadn't shown up yet, I decided to get back in the truck and drive past an alfalfa field that I've been wanting to check out. And I'm glad I did. There was a really nice buck out in that field. I'm pretty sure it's a buck that we had some pictures of last year and that I had an encounter with late muzzleloader season. He ended up getting pretty busted up last year. And I'm thinking it's him. It looked a lot like him anyways. Either way, it was a good mature buck, and I think he'd be fairly high on the hit list this year. So we're gradually starting to find some of these bucks back. It's an exciting time of the year. We're getting closer and closer to the season starting here in Iowa. Can't wait.
All right, one job down, got that blind moved. Now I'm gonna grab the pull packer pack where I just dug up the nicely packed plot, and we'll get the seed on the ground. Here we go. As you guys see, so this was that bean field last year. We only plant half of this field. It's about a 5-acre field in total, and we do about 2 of it into food plot here. It's probably more than 2, but anyway, we're gonna find out right now, and that's what I wanted to show you guys real quick. Just a little tool on onX. Instead of just guessing, this is a 2-acre plot and then throwing that much seed on the ground, I like to use the onX tool. I go to my tools and I use the shape feature, and I'll walk this plot and I drop pins as I go. And then as I'm doing that, it'll make the shape of the plot for me, and then it'll give me the exact acreage of this plot. So then in return, I know exactly what I need for seed rate. So I can go back to my seed, measure it out, and make sure I'm getting the adequate amount of seed on here, because you can put too much seed down, especially when you're using the small seed. All right, seed is in the ground. I did the whole 2 acres. Like I said, split it. We've got a Brassica radish blend on this side of the plot, and on the south side here, where we want to hunt them early. As you guys have seen over the years, a lot of them pile out right here in this corner behind me. A lot of good bedding up on that ridge. I'm gonna catch my breath. Just thinking, I can't wait till my couple years here, I can put the solo spreader on my kids and let them broadcast this stuff. So, all right, here we go. All right, well, that's a wrap on the Labor Day sprint here, we called it. Got everything done. Everything is done that I wanted to do. Now we need some rain. We'll take some more rain, and need to get out here and mow trails, but I like to do that about the week before, because then, you know, barring it's not a super warm and wet fall, the trails are pretty clean for hunting season. So I'll probably come out next weekend and set up the full daisy chain, all the cameras, get the whole Cuddy Link out. I usually run about 16 on one home camera out here, and it works pretty efficiently. And with the topo, the topography change on this farm, actually it's kind of one of those situations where the more the merrier, because it keeps my link a little stronger. So that's probably the next plan for me. Might even that same weekend get out to the permission farm across the road here that I killed on last fall with Brad, and just check that stand. I actually want to elevate, raise it a little more. I was a step shorter than I wanted to be last year, so throw another step and raise that. And then Brad and I, where we found where my buck died, we thought, you know, that was another awesome ditch we should probably look into, because we really haven't scouted that farm a ton. But this year it's in beans, so I've had a camera back there this summer, just one camera right on a main trail going out to the inside corner, and there's one really special buck that it's kind of cool. The cool thing about hunting that farm, I've got some history with him. Just a big heavy 10, as you guys see. He's 5.5 this year. He's a deer that I've gotten pictures of here on this home farm, but then he would disappear for the rest of the season, never knew where he went. Well, you know, a couple years into hunting here, I got permission to cross the road and found out, well, he lives right there. So pretty cool, cool little story with him. He's looking pretty good this year. So, you know, but I'm expecting quite a few other bucks. There's actually another one there that I'd be even more excited to see back. So gonna head home, spend the rest of the day with the family, but we'll catch you guys right back here next week. We'll start seeing you every week here on the Heartland Show on Midwest Whitetail, and it's game on, boys. Season's here. Can't wait to share it with you guys. Thanks for watching.